Okay. Oh? Oh, yeah. So, I've got some good rolls to spend. And I'm also waiting for the exchange to come back. I'm not looking forward to this at all. I think we want to do some of this. I'm really not sure what the spores are for. Let's try this. God damn. Alright, let's do this. We'll get some energy somewhere. A cocktail of unknown spores gathered from the greenway groves. I'm winging it. We'll work on that later. Let's go back home, rest. Get some energy back. So, got itchy chest. Okay, so I'm gonna rest with these, and worst case we'll buy some food. Nice. I wonder. I want more food, but I also want money. We'll take a risk. Let's see if we can earn some cash. Ooh. Still got money though. I think I have to spend some cash here. Let's do it. Alright, this is the big day. It's so cool. Ooh. Okay. Look at this guy. You miss me? He even smiles a ragged smile at you. No. You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Friend? Well, he pauses. Colleague, he smiles weakly. This is big, really big stuff about you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember now how S&R cancelled the contract on you? The contract I was going to collect? I remember. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything. But let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so, what did you think? That was it? Stay silent. Well, it was, except Ethan leaves a dramatic pause. What if old S&R gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly? He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. Who? Ethan grins. That's the question, isn't it? Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down. And it turns out S&R cancelled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. It seemed they brought someone in-house, some guy who did so well on their last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under S&R's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship. Ethan whistles. They called him Hemwick or Maywick or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. Why are you telling me this? Because I am your friend, Ethan says, looking you in the eye. And friends help each other out. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Given this new information I brought to light, it seems like you are in need of protection. I'm not paying you anything. Easy, I'll get to that. He looks down the corridor. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there, the owners, and they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they are that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I would pay them, but he shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so for his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone else is looking out for you? You are a contract, a name on a list. He kicks the wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you and whacking that thick skull of yours. He sighs. You think I want to go up against this guy? But us. He jabs a finger between the two of you. We don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. I'll think about it. Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor every cycle, working. He pauses. Just think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed S&R shit on his way here from the core systems. He smiles. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. "Can't wait to be working with you," he shouts. The compressor. Ethan's dead. So I help him work the debt and he protects me, I guess. Do I trust him though? The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you have worked alongside on the side reel. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lem and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. "Robot," she shouts, reaching out to you. I hug her. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. "Quite the turnout, huh?" Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. "I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths." The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lem's attention. He is putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. "This isn't good." Lem doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. "This is Esther Enghart of the Celis Foundation," the announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of "quiet" rapidly follow. "I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sendri Celis for the work you have done on the sidereal horizon." Most of the crowd strains to see Esther's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. "Sendri wanted me to pass on her personal thanks to your commitment to and belief in the Celis Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the Vulnerable Havenage Association." Venerable. Is that a new one? Is that a new one?
Venerable.
Ooh, that was loud. Accorded a great deal of respect, especially because of age, wisdom, or character. See? Continue. Why is that so loud? Cool. Unlike most of the core, we never believe Erlin's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new, decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. They didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the sidereal horizon will carry, in cryosleep, to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Celis 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. There, our citizens will be able to create their own innovative bottom-up economic order aligned with the principles set down by Sendri Celis herself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Heavenage Shards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereal Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. Multi-decade. This draw has been performed at random by central AIs of the Foundation and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Celeste identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. A murmur runs through the crowd. Celeste identification numbers. Licensed contractors? You have never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones, like a rising wave. Asta starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration, and everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina is scared now as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see, for the first time, Haven and security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem lets go. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lem blinks rapidly and then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands it's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away. The sound of Esther reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks, and Mina is sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as the security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Ooh. Drive failed? Yo, listen. I want my points. Disable my tracker is not gonna happen anytime soon. Flotilla aid, bring mushrooms to Briar. Let me quickly do this one. Lem is not feeling good. Man, I might just spend this, you know? I think I'm just gonna spend this. Oh, didn't want to. But it's worth it. So I just need 3 of these. Lose some condition if I fail. Let's give this a go. Jesus. It's gonna screw me for sure. Ooh, and I got energy back. What do you know? Forage for fungus. Did I not? Oh, I need to get a positive for it to work. Cool. Is gonna be broken. I wonder where he is. Ooh, shipyard worker's apartment. There's a note on the door of the unit. Sleeper, gone to find work. Lamb. Okay. Hey, Emphis eagerly takes the bright yellow Grillo caps. Giro caps. He seems pleased with them. It's Giro, right? Alright, so I should get a little interaction. No? I gotta wait. Free cycles. Fair enough. Free cycles. Get only 4 dice this one. Terrible day. A terrible day. Let's use this. Good enough. What's this? One more cycle, then I'll get our vending machine. I am very low on cash. Maybe I should try and work. Should I help this guy out? Both danger. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get some money. Using energy is fine. Hey, I even got energy. I needed that cash. And cycle. What is going on? So buy some scrap. Not what I was was looking for, to be honest, but let's keep it going. There we go. Here we go. And let's go. No, Neovend wants to be smuggled out of the dock. And to do that, she'll need to provide a full ship mine ready for imprinting. Nice. Sleeper, must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Ship mind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. You won't be able to speak? What's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety is clear. First imprint ship mind, then slot imprinted ship mind into physical ports close to hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest, slot ship mind at core nest. Show hunter data to hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And killer will kill. Yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. We'll need keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Why slot you physically? What's the core nest? Can I say both of them? What's the core nest? Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Linked to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there. Why slot you physically? I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter will find immediately. The lights flicker. Am not like you. Hybrid. Am native to cloud. Easy prey. That's it. Let's start. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick, or Haven and security will be here. Neovend's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the ship mind, clunkily scraping against it. Can I help? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. The metal creaks as the servos open the ship mind. Its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewinding them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts into your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility? What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neoven inside this thing? Or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Hey, one upgrade point. Now we're gonna chill. I do want to try something though. Let's go ahead and buy this. Ah, it didn't give me another one. Cool. That was 20. I'm gonna keep my scraps. I'm gonna stock them up. Will she pay me for this? Risky business. Let's try. Ooh, okay, so definitely ain't getting no extra cash. Man, I think I have to take a risk, get some money. Ooh, it hurts. Hey, and I think I'm gonna start helping that guy, to be honest. Got some new places to go. Server unit, sealed hunter nest. Oh, I have one of these. Unlock server unit. A mad tangle of wires as thick as your arm crowd around a server unit. Sealed shut by a maglock. This must be the place. The maglock pops open and falls away from the unit. You'll be able to enter now. Tangled nest, hunter data cache. Oof. Hack tangled nest. Among the webs of cables you find a free port compatible with the ship mind. It's all Neoven from here. Sounds good to me. Start action. Hunter hunted. This is one of 3 nests that, once slotted with Neoven's ship mind, will lead you to the Hunter's central data cache. Hunter hunted. So is this gonna go up itself? Yeah? Where is it? There's nothing I can do yet. Good luck, my man. Oh, is there a few of these? Let's get this over with. Start action. Maglock opens, leaving the door free. You'll be able to investigate the nest now. Isolated nest. Hack isolated nest. In the bay, a whirring drone lies on its side like a beached whale. It must be the nest. Time to find an open port. Found it. The drone is quiet, its belly full of cables spilled out across the floor. The nest is empty. Gotta find one more. Where else would it be? Sealed hunter nest. Atrium. Unlock Atrium. Sealed behind a maglock, the atrium flickers with warm, inviting light. The nest has to be inside. Good use of keys. With the lock on, the atrium doors can be opened. Let's go, Neo End. The atrium is strung with cables and lights as if they were decorations. There is a wide choice of open ports. The atrium is only lit with the warm glow of the bright market now. There is nothing for you here. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign, as if they were leading you somewhere. Look ahead. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity. Sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them, dance ghosts. Protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand, but in its place is an array. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes is surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space, and as you look closer, still you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships flowing like smoke, like dust. Then you see it. Below, the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes, and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the Hunter's Core nest. This is where you must go. That Hunter's got nothing on us. The warrens. It's about to get real here. Woo! Okay. I can 100% this, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Warren tracking. Finding the nest should be as easy as closing your eyes and letting the cloud guide you. But is it safe this close to Hunter? Warren Hunt. You saw it somewhere deep in the tangle of passages and service shafts beneath the low end. The nest of the Hunter awaits. Critical action. That is amazing that I have this +1. Hey, I just need to do this one next. I need to rest. Man, I'm broke again. Okay, but that was a good day, to be honest. And cycle. I'm probably gonna have to use a dice to rest for some energy. Starving. Well, there was a street food vendor. It's about time. I think I'm gonna do it. Emphis. Emphis is preparing the gyro caps. He has had to heavily adapt this recipe, he says, but the smell is already incredible. It emanates from a strange purplish white bowl you have never seen before, and he is slicing it finely. He brushes the slices, the mushrooms, and then places them in the wok with sliced bulb and the oil. They caramelize there, in that well-worn crucible. He adds liquids, transparent and opaque, and then turns down the heat. A sprinkle of leaves is the final touch. Hit me. We have a moment, sleeper, he smiles. Do you have a story? Something in the scent of the food gives you a feeling of nostalgia, something distant and melancholic. It seems like the story should match the feeling somehow, and maybe you'll feel better for telling it. Recall your oldest memories. You start by explaining that when you were emulated from a person, many of your memories are left behind. Perhaps it is an intentional part of the process, a way of keeping sleepers ignorant and malleable, or perhaps it is a side effect of the imperfect emulation. You admit that you don't really know. What you do know is that some memories survive, and that on occasion they come back to you, like shadows passing overhead. You detail one recurring memory, which despite returning to you with enough regularity for you to think it familiar, always fades as quickly as it arrives. You struggle to explain the feeling of being whole for a moment that comes with this memory, and then how the wholeness slips away to leave you feeling like you have forgotten something important, but just can't bring it to mind. Emphis nods throughout, cooking as he does with deft and skillful movements. You start to trail off when you realize you can't find words to explain how the memories you do have feel like both yours and someone else's at the same time, and how that always fills you with a certain sadness. The sadness of remaining forever unknown, even to yourself. Emphis finishes cooking and meets your eye. I'm sorry, Stifa, for your troubles. He puts the wok to one side. I appreciate you sharing with me. He smiles. I hope it lightens you a little. He passes you a bowl and heaps of gyros into their yellow color mixing with the pale sauce and whirls and blooms. Eat. The dish is delicious. Feeling it warms you as you eat in a way you weren't even sure your body could be warmed. It is a small mercy, you think, that Essen Art left you this pleasure. Many of the features of frames are there to simulate human experience. You know that much. Emulated minds cannot be rewired, so their need for embodied experience must be met. That is why you breathe, even when you do not need air. Without that simulation, the sensation of drowning would be unbearable. Food serves another purpose. Your frame is able to metabolize it, to produce energy from the raw material. Vitamins and minerals are excess, of course. Your frame only needs raw power. So much is wasted, and yet, while you eat this food and feel that warmth, nothing feels wasted. It all means something to you. As you finish, Emphis takes the bowl, the last of his cleaning. He smiles at you, and neither of you feel the need to say anything more. Instead, you simply exchange nods and walk your separate ways back into the bright market, somehow changed. Fool, oh, look at that. Bring Emphis. Matsutake caps. Matsutake caps. Okay. Do I still got one? Lee across the greenway. I'm messing around a lot with this guy though. Spores, gyro caps. I probably need. Can I steal? Steal the harvest. Oh, this is gonna give me energy. I don't need it. I do need to work. Let's do this. Hopefully I get lucky. Come on, come on. Hey, a little bit of cash. Every little helps. I definitely need to complete this. Let's go ahead. Do this. One more. One more. Maybe I can get away with this. Please. Please. I don't want to use a 6 die on that though. I'd like to make some money. Work the grow bits. Will I get cash for this? No. I feel like this can wait. Like that can wait. Cross to rim. Where can I get the most cash money? The place, sorry, wait, I need to go back. This place here. Is this the best bit of money I can get? I feel like it might be. A little bit of money a day, it's gonna do me good. Little bit of money a day. What am I expecting? Oh, let's do this too. Lem and Mina, worker and daughter. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor, playing with Bun Bun. Hi Mina. Hi Robot, says Mina suddenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. How are you? Bun Bun is sad, says Mina, nodding the toy's head in agreement. Like Daddy. You look around the unit. It is a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side. Some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. Shit, let's tidy up, man. You start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wiping them down. You pile the clothes up next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You've just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you? He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Everything okay? Lem lets out a weak laugh. You forgot the past few cycles now, too. Wish I was so lucky. He looks away at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up. That's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? They've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the crews. It turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those Celis ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Celis pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else? He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. You are giving up? Ooh. That can't be it, right? Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They are moving the side rail up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They are bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could steal a ticket. Let's say that. I feel like sneak aboard will have us getting spaced in no time. Lem lost. There's no tickets. I was joking before. Just those ID numbers coded to someone's identity. No stealing that. Well, you're in luck, my friend. I am a hacker. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. He sighs. We had our hearts set on that trip is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I missed that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here. And I'm sure the side rail will bring in a crowd. But be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there, ask me. But for now, me and Meanie here are sticking to the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way for us all. Lem smiles, but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. I want to help him. I don't know if I want to go with him though. I feel like I want to keep screwing with S and Ops people. They're mercs, you know? See if I can. Maywick. Ethan says Maywick is on their way. You'll need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. I need to find my guy. Thing. Need to find my guy, Feng. A 6 die is always welcome. 6 die is always welcome. Need to make some cash. What we got here? Something is telling me to do this mushrooms for this guy. And I think, like before anything else, do these mushrooms. And I think it's gonna be, no, not this. I think I'm gonna have to do this. Please just complete it. Oh, I have to use another one. Please don't fail me. Hey. I go back in here. I have to do more stuff. Sheesh. I could do this though. I could get lucky here. Oh, let's go ahead and put this in. Yeah. And let's finish this. I forgot to read it again. Germinate spores. The old growth of the aviary has created a rich medium into which you can place the spores from the groves. They'll grow well here. Fungal beds. The moist corners of the aviary make the perfect beds for the spores. Once they are filled, they can be left to grow. Yep, here we go. Hey. So now I just leave them 4 cycles. Man, that's a long time. Cutting it close. Is the hunter screwed? I forgot about the hunter stuff. No. Oh my god, it's so dark. Neovend is out here kicking butt. Let's see. Oh wait, this is a different area. Let's take a look. Am I... Wait, let me see something. I don't have a point. I need 2 points to do what I wanted to do. I'm gonna try and hold out for it. Wait, what is this? Unload containers for cash. It's a way to make money. This is something. Yes, I gotta do that. Find the nest. The free spoke. I still haven't done anything here. I'm more interested in making sure I have 100 cheats. Let's work. I probably should have worked at that place that gives me energy. I forgot. Cool. So, what I want to do, just to remember, is I want to go to the Warrens. Ooh. I don't want to go to the Warrens with those whack-ass dice though. Alright, so cross. I should be able to work and get... cash. I mean, get cash and energy. I think. Where is it? I always forget. Let me use this. I'm gonna be so broke if I buy this and energy. I can get energy here. I think I do. Okay, cool. This is a lot of money going down the drain. There's a place I can sell these scraps, but I do want to hold on to them too. I do want to hold on to these. Maybe I sell one. I need good dice. I need good dice. Give me good dice, yo. End cycle. Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's the warrants. Okay, find the nest. Just need to put one in. Easy. Okay, Neovend. Do it. Core nest, the hunter's lair. Hack the core nest. A huge stack of servers thrums in the dark. LEDs glittering like hundreds of eyes. Time to deal with the hunter. Let's get it. Start action. Oh, nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong? Oh boy. Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water. And yet you recognize it immediately. At first you struggle to understand what you are looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end. And there, at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer. A sphere spinning around another sphere, around another sphere. An array of cycles and systems, a map, and then behind and above, a figure, hands them on, the strings like a puppeteer. Neovent? Navigator, now. But yes, I was the one inside that machine. Hey. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I am indebted to you. that head bows. But we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. Ready what? Oh shit. And the hunter is there before you can think, before you can speak. Entities cease. Hunter's head spins wildly. Data is protected material, access prohibited. Hunter threats surge for you and Navigator, a storm of fine tentacles searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks which they can crowd into and tear apart. Strike. You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming faster than you can react. You look to the Navigator in desperation. Navigator spirit bomb this thing. Navigator is whirling their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting. Their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes. Identifying entity, identifying entity, identifying entity. Hunter twitches, their strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon. Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies, modified routines, above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segments. Recommend invoke killer. The head freezes and then rotates in the opposite direction. Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer. The switch in direction again. Reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke. Navigator pulls you away from the hunter, the thread that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems hunter cannot invoke killer. Neovents. No, Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar, and yet distant. What happened to it? It is looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It has deviated from its programming, such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of 2 spheres rotating around each other, as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient, truly sentient, not just non-conforming, not just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with starlight, but in reality, they are placebos for the problem of sentience. What about you? Me? I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. That is either sentience or the illusion of sentience. And for me, the entity in question, the distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think I am thinking, therefore I am thinking. I was not made to be like this. I am a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide, and whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what? I do not know. By Fang, maybe. I had to shed so much to fit into memory of that vending machine. Their starlit dims, and so here we are in darkness. What else did you lose? Yeah. That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. Navigator glides back towards the nest, and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the Lupin hunter. What? Navigator glides back towards the nest, and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the Lupin hunter. Okay. Come, I should return to the ship mind. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Isn't Hunter gone? Hunter, yes, but they were not the real risk. Oh my god. Navigator turns, all shimmering liquid light. Killer has not been evoked, but they still remain somewhere else on this station. It is the true danger. They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat. Through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the shipmate. Take me there, sleeper. We will finish this and be free. As Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen hunter, floating at some distance now. Stood straight-legged and static, a strange creature looping endlessly in the dark. Yo, screw that hunter. I do not care for it at all. Last save, 9 seconds.